And so, of course, today we are talking about building and monetizing your personal brand on LinkedIn with Mandy Fransz. Did I get that? Fransz?
That's right.
Amazing. Perfect. So I'm Sam. I have the pleasure of hosting and moderating SafetyWing's webinar series, which if this is your first webinar with us, all of them have been recorded and are available for free replays on our YouTube channel. This one will be there too. So definitely go watch past webinars that we've had. There's been so many amazing speakers, just like Mandy, who brought so much wisdom to this audience. So we're really excited to be able to provide this content for all of you. And when I am not moderating these webinars, I have my own podcast and online community called The Freedom Lifestyle. And that's where I help people achieve financial, schedule, and location freedom. So today you're going to learn from Mandy, who is an online business consultant, a LinkedIn expert, a remote work advocate, as well as the owner and founder of Make the Leap Digital. Mandy helps her clients worldwide through her digital courses, consulting, keynotes, interactive workshops, as well as sharing valuable tips and content with her online community of over 25,000 social media followers, including the world's largest remote work community on LinkedIn, which has over 80,000 members. So really exciting to learn from you. There's so much great stuff that you've accomplished so far, Mandy. If you have questions for Mandy, she is going to do a Q&A at the end. We're going to try to save 5 to 10-ish minutes at the very end. So you might have seen there's a Q&A box right beside the chat. If as she's going through the session, you're wondering about something, you want clarification, perfect. Put that as a Q&A question. And at the end, I'll come back. We'll do a little fireside chat and we'll answer your questions. So if this is your first webinar with SafetyWing, a little bit about us is we have a vision of building a global social safety net for remote workers and nomads. I'm sure many of you are remote workers of some sort, especially if you've come through Mandy's LinkedIn group. And so SafetyWing is creating a suite of products to protect us. And the way we do this is through our mission of creating a country on the internet. And basically, we want to remove the geographical barriers that prevent people from having equal opportunities and freedom. And so our first product is what you might know us for, Nomad Insurance. You're going to learn a bit more about that today. But this product provides affordable health and medical coverage when you're working from anywhere outside of your home country. This product works just like a subscription. And so there's automatic payments, which makes, long-term travel a total breeze. And there's a number of other products that are currently available and more to come. So on that note, we are going to get started. I'm going to let Mandy take over and share her screen with us.
All right. Thank you so much, first of all, Sam, for that warm introduction. And I'm sharing my screen with you right here, which hopefully you can see. So thumbs up if you can. Perfect. All right, then, yes, let's kick off. So hi, everyone, and thank you so much for joining today's session and live workshop all about how to build and monetize your personal brand on LinkedIn. And I'm super excited to host this live webinar with you for you today in collaboration with SafetyWing to really help you learn how to grow your personal brand by tapping into the world's most powerful online network with more than 875 million professionals worldwide. Now, first of all, I'm super excited to see all of you joining in from all over the world. So please, I'd like to make it as interactive as possible inside the chat. I know we only have about 60 or 50 minutes by now, left inside this presentation, but I'll aim to keep it as interactive as possible. But please feel free to use the chat function. If you have any questions throughout the webinar, I'll aim to reply directly, or otherwise we have more room for a Q&A at the end. Now, maybe to get started, I'd love to ask from you why you joined the session with me today. So please let me know in the chat function, what are you hoping to get out of this session with me today? And I see also many of you have answered the poll of how active you currently are on LinkedIn. And I see that 57% have answered posting and making new connections every week. So that's already a great start. So I hope you will definitely, and I'm sure you will get a lot of value outside of this session to post maybe more consistently, but also more quality content, and most importantly, to attract the right people and maybe land dream clients on LinkedIn and passive income. All right, so to get started, I always like to kick off with my LinkedIn journey and how LinkedIn helped me to get where I am today. So this is a message that I received on LinkedIn back in 2014 by now, I think, when I just graduated from university. So I am from Rotterdam, the Netherlands myself, and I studied marketing management at the Erasmus University in Rotterdam. And upon graduation, I did not want to work for a corporation. So I wanted to somehow make this digital nomad lifestyle work. So I booked a ticket to South America and started a travel blog called The Backpacking Twins. I'm an identical twin sister. And somehow we wanted to figure out a way how to make money online so we could travel the world. Of course, we didn't make a single cent in that trip. It was many years ago, and digital nomadism and remote work was still very unknown. But luckily for me, I received this message on LinkedIn from a recruiter working at LinkedIn. And she said, "Hey, Mandy, impressive profile. Let's chat about an opportunity working for LinkedIn." So of course, I took the conversation, and before I knew it, I was working for LinkedIn's European headquarters in Dublin, Ireland, with this fun bunch of people. And I was part of different parts of the organization, including recruitment, marketing, events, and eventually in sales. So I really have a bird's eye view of how to use this powerful platform to really build your personal brand and most importantly, build authentic relationships so you can connect to your dream business opportunities. Whether that is you want to connect with dream jobs, business partners, or potential clients and more. So I had a really great few years working at LinkedIn. However, back in 2018, I decided to quit my very comfortable 9-to-5 office job to explore this world of remote work, as I was still craving to enjoy that freedom and flexibility to work from anywhere. Now, this is where, Sam, my Bali picture comes in. So, of course, I booked a ticket to Bali to figure out how to make this remote work lifestyle work. And since then, that's basically where my company, Make the Leap Digital, was born. So until today, I've been working remotely ever since for the past 5 years now, I think, maybe even 6. And I've been working remotely from Bali, Colombia, where I learned how to dance salsa. I've been working remotely from a camper van in Portugal, Croatia, and a lot more. Now, of course, I've been using LinkedIn as a vehicle to make this lifestyle happen. And I use LinkedIn really to build my personal brand and build my now almost 20,000 followers network to build relationships with, like I said, potential recruiters, clients, business partners, industry peers, and more. But also, I have started to manage this small community on LinkedIn, which was called Digital Nomads on LinkedIn back in 2019 when I joined this group as a manager. And now we've grown to more than 80,000 members, almost 85,000 members worldwide. So in case you haven't yet, I highly recommend you to join our group. I know some of you here that are inside this webinar have also joined from this group. So happy to see you here live as well. It's maybe the first time. But in case you haven't yet, then of course, I recommend you to join this group to connect with a group of like-minded people worldwide. All right, now let's zoom out a bit more and talk about LinkedIn as a platform. So I truly believe, and I'm a bit biased because I used to work for the company, but I truly believe that LinkedIn is the world's most powerful online professional network. So emphasis on professional. And its power is really that it connects its members to business opportunities. So rather than a Facebook or TikTok or an Instagram, LinkedIn is definitely the place to be if you want to build your personal brand with the largest professional network worldwide. They currently have more than 875 million members around the globe. Most importantly is the quality of the network. So 4 out of 5 members on LinkedIn drive business decisions. This makes LinkedIn the #1 place for B2B lead generation. So whether your target audience here are businesses or business professionals, LinkedIn is the place to be. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I would love to ask from you, how would you rate your current online personal brand on LinkedIn? So please let me know inside the chat. And I see a question. Can we have the link for the group here? I think Carlota might have a link to the group, which you will share inside the chat as well. All right. Well, somehow I can't see the chat function. Show chat.
I can give you some of the numbers.
Sorry?
I can give you some of the numbers.
Yeah, if you can. Sorry, I can't see the chat. So
that's
if you
okay.
Can...
We got 0, 2, 5, 8.5, 3, 4, 9, 8, 7, 4, 7,
wow.
7. Wide range again.
I hear a lot of room for improvements for many of you. So thanks so much, Sam, for sharing that with me. And yeah, if there's anything that I should know inside the chat, please let me know, because I don't know how to get access to the Q&A function, but I will at the end. So thank you so much for sharing with me, and for all of you who answered at least below 5, but I also heard a couple of 7s. I'm sure that inside this workshop, you will definitely learn a lot more to increase your online personal brand and feel a lot more confident to build your personal brand and monetize this as well on LinkedIn. So inside the session, you're going to learn how to create a well-optimized LinkedIn profile and really position yourself as a thought leader or industry expert so you can stand out from the crowd. And you're going to learn my top tips to create engaging content so you can skyrocket your visibility and stay on top of mind within your network. And then last but not least is my #1 secret to landing dream clients and making passive income on LinkedIn in a fun, data-driven and measurable way. So to kick off, and we're going to get a little bit hands-on now, I'd love to ask from you if you know your SSI score, your social selling index score. And in case you don't, I highly encourage you to visit. So go grab your laptop or open up your LinkedIn profile there, or maybe your mobile phone, and visit linkedin.com/sales/SSI. And then your social selling index score is the score out of 100 that you can see here on the left. So while you do that, I'm going to figure out if I can maybe see the Q&A. Oh. All right, Sam, I'm going to need your help, I guess, with this one as well. So in case there are a few people already that have found their SSI score, I'd love to just give me a shout with some of the SSI scores, and then I'll walk you through or talk you through why this is important on LinkedIn.
Okay, we got 1 person so far. Oh, 2. We got Heather Jasper, SSI 32 out of 100. And then Jennifer Yates has 54.
All right, not too bad, Jennifer. And
Lindsay's at 57. New
yes.
lead. Oh, Weston got 67. And so, yeah, a lot of people hadn't heard of this before.
I see that Weston already joined one of my webinars. He has the highest score right now, I think. So well done, Weston. I believe you joined one of my webinars maybe a couple of years ago already. But yeah, thanks so much for sharing. And now, why is this relevant? And what is it? So your social selling index score, or SSI score, is a score based on your personal activity on LinkedIn. And this is updated in real time every single day. And LinkedIn data shows basically that the higher your score, your SSI score, the more business opportunities you will receive on LinkedIn in the form of connection requests, messages, and more. So the goal for you really is to increase your SSI score if you want to land your dream clients and business opportunities. Now, your score is based on 4 key pillars that you will see on the right. And in this workshop, we're going to focus on the top pillar, which is to establish your personal brand. All right. Now, that's a quick intro into the social selling index score. Now, let's get started and let's get hands-on. So I'd love for you to visit linkedin.com in case you haven't yet and log into your account. Then click the me icon at the top and click View Profile. So you can also simply just visit your profile and then scroll down until you have found your LinkedIn profile dashboard. So it should look something like this that you can see here on the right for me. So simply visit your profile and below analytics, you should be able to see your statistics there. Now, I highly encourage you to take a screenshot of your current statistics, just so you have this as a benchmark moving forward. And let's discuss the statistics from left to right, so you know, why you should use these statistics moving forwards and to really measure your progress on LinkedIn in the next 30 days, 90 days, or even a year. So on the left, you can see the people who viewed your profile. This is where you can see for me right here. And this is, I think, one of the best ways to drive warm leads on LinkedIn, because these are basically people that landed on your profile for a reason. So this is basically a pool of warm leads, and I highly encourage you to always have a look into your LinkedIn profile views every single day, especially if you have free LinkedIn, because then you can only see the most recent 5 people who have visited your profile. And if you have LinkedIn Premium, then you can see all the people who have visited your profile in the last 90 days. Then next is the post impressions. So in the middle here, you can see how well your posts have performed in the last 7 days. And here I want to emphasize that it's not about the quantity. Of course, it's a great way for you to measure your success. And I highly encourage you to use this statistic to see how well your content is performing and what your audience resonates with most. So here you can see the number of views your previous post had in the last 7 days from video or photo or an article or anything else. And I use this as a benchmark moving forward to increase your reach on LinkedIn in an organic way. And I'm going to share with you a few of my best practices at the end of this session as well. Then last but not least is the search appearances that you can see on the right. And this is super crucial to know that LinkedIn is basically like a Google search engine. So remember the message that Frankie, the recruiter at LinkedIn, sent to me many years ago while I was in South America. And that's basically that she found my profile by typing in the right keywords on LinkedIn that I had on my profile. And that is what we're also going to focus on inside the session to help you make sure that your profile is well optimized with the right keywords so that your profile pops up in LinkedIn search results. So keep an eye on your search appearances as well moving forward. All right, then let's dive into your LinkedIn profile. So I like to share with you some of the key elements that you need to build a killer first impression on LinkedIn. And this is a quote that my little brother once shared with me, and I've been using it ever since, but you can only make a killer first impression once. So make sure it counts. To get started is your LinkedIn headshot. So your LinkedIn headshot, as you can see here on the right, is one of the most crucial elements for you to make a great first impression. So my recommendation would be, because some people I know, because I've reviewed thousands and I think maybe tens or maybe hundreds of thousands of profiles by now. And some people have their profile headshot invisible for people outside of their current network. So I highly recommend you to make it visible for anyone outside of your network as well, as this will really increase your chances to connect with people outside of your network, as that will be the aim for you as well if you want to grow your presence on LinkedIn. So a couple of do's and don'ts here. So use a close-up of your face for the profile headshot. So avoid any photos where you're standing with your full body, maybe with your partner along the side, or maybe with your pet cut off and cropped. But really make a nice close-up of your face. It can be a professional photo of a professional photo shoot. However, it doesn't have to. So don't overwhelm yourself, and maybe, have a nice photo from your iPhone, or take a nice photo with your iPhone. However, make sure that the quality and the lighting, etc., of course, is high quality and good. Then align with your personal brand. So you don't have to have this boring corporate suit and tie profile headshot, as LinkedIn is maybe mainly known for back in the days. But now LinkedIn is really an online business card. Your LinkedIn profile is like an online business card. So make sure in your profile headshot to align with your personal brand as well. For example, I here have a photo where I am working remotely from Croatia. So it might not be a headshot that you will see from somebody working inside an office, but maybe you want to include some props or colors that you might think of to really showcase your personal brand on LinkedIn. Then last but not least, of course, is to welcome your profile visitors with a warm smile. So being a likable person really helps you to increase that connections and to make a great first impression on LinkedIn. Now, as a pro tip, you can use a tool that I've been using for years, and I love using with my clients as well, which is called photofeeler.com, to receive anonymous feedback about your current versus your new headshot photo. As an example here, you can see a former client of mine, Celine, who we wanted to test with different profile headshots. On the left was her old profile headshot, and then on the right, a few different versions. Now, Celine really wanted to come across as an influential person, so we chose the one with the blue shirt to make her really stand out and position herself as an industry expert and thought leader. All right, then the banner image. So next step, once you have that nice headshot on LinkedIn, then really have a close look at your banner image as well, which is the background image just behind your headshot. So I really think this is one of the number one missed potentials on LinkedIn if you don't have a banner image, because this is a great way for you to make a great first impression within seconds, and a visual way to showcase who you are and what you do. So add a catchy image to your banner image, maybe a call to action, company logos, etc. And of course, for this part as well, make sure that this is aligned with your personal brand. This could be just a photo where if you are into traveling, remote work, digital nomadism, can be a travel photo, but maybe you want to add brand colors, fonts, etc. to make it stand out and align with your personal brand. And last but not least is to make sure that it is mobile optimized. So have a look at your new banner image on mobile, because you don't want any text to be cut off when viewing your profile on mobile. Now you can, if you're thinking this is great, I want to have a great banner image, but I just don't know where to get started, you can download my free LinkedIn banner image template on my website, or also via the email that we will send out at the end of this session. All right, and this is an example of a client of mine as well, with a before and after. And this is Linda, and as you can see here on the left, Linda did not use a banner image at all before, and had a totally different headshot. And here on the right, you can see the after, where she really has a nice first impression and on LinkedIn with a nice headshot, a banner image that is in alignment with her personal brand and really makes her stand out from the crowd. All right, then number 3, and this is, I think, the 3 top 3 key elements that you need to know for your LinkedIn profile, as these are here at the top, just when you land on your profile. But for your headline, I think this is even the maybe most important feature of your LinkedIn profile, as this is the feature that will be shown the most on LinkedIn. So whenever you publish content on LinkedIn or visit someone's profile, they will see only your headshot, your name, and your LinkedIn headline. So make sure it counts. And I always say that your headline is like your one-line elevator pitch. So you can use up to 220 characters right now, both on desktop and on mobile. So really make sure to add a one-line elevator pitch to prompt people to click through to your profile, and then add your top 3 keywords to increase your chances to pop up in search results on LinkedIn. So you can see an example here of mine, which is helping entrepreneurs and companies to build a strong online personal brand and work remotely, which is my one-line elevator pitch. And then my top 3 keywords are LinkedIn Top Voices 2022, remote work advocate, and LinkedIn expert. And then I also like to include a call to action here at the end with Let's Connect. So for you, as a pro tip, if you are already a SafetyWing ambassador, or maybe you will after this session today, you can even add a keyword, SafetyWing ambassador, to your profile to build your personal brand and attract potential clients. So here's the template that you're free to use for the headline. So feel free to make a screenshot. Maybe if we have time at the end of the session, I'd like to invite someone to the hot seat, and maybe we can brainstorm a headline together. But for now, please take a screenshot of this, and you can use this to brainstorm your own LinkedIn headline. All right, then let's continue. And I always love to share this quote before diving into the next feature, which is that stories are remembered up to 22 times more than facts alone. So storytelling is crucial in your LinkedIn strategy, whether that is in your content strategy, but also on your LinkedIn profile. So let's have a look how you can add storytelling on your LinkedIn profile to really transform this into your sales page or online business card. So the About section, and this is where you add storytelling to connect with your target audience. Now you've updated your headshot, your headline, and created this great and eye-catchy banner image. Now your profile visitor scrolls down your profile, and this is where you have a chance to tell your personal brand story. And this is a great way to connect with that profile visitor. So keep in mind storytelling here and tell your personal brand story with my 4 C's in mind. So the 4 C's are to connect. So in the first sentence, think about how can you quickly connect with your profile visitor. For me, you can see here as an example that I have added my mission statement that I believe that everyone deserves to enjoy the freedom and flexibility to work from wherever you feel the happiest and most productive. Now, for me, I think that my target audience definitely feels a connection when reading the statement. So that's how I add that in my About section. Then credibility. So when you can and where you can add credibility by, for example, mentioning your past experience, education, companies that you've worked for, and maybe you have a large audience, such as my remote work group or LinkedIn newsletter. But in case you don't have anything that you think you want to add credibility there, you can always add names such as, for example, SafetyWing as an ambassador to really have that brand and name that will directly add credibility to your profile. And this will really help you to build that expert status in your About section. All right, then current role as well. So of course, in your About section here, I'll also explain what it is that you currently do and how you can help others. So this is your current role. And of course, have a look at my LinkedIn profile if you want to for some inspiration. But here you can see that I'm sharing here that now I help clients worldwide with their online personal brands on LinkedIn to increase visibility, drive leads, and land dream clients. So last C of the 4 C's is call to action. So really think about, and I would recommend you to block some time in your calendar to write down your personal brand story, as it can, it can be quite personal, and really have your ideal profile visitor on top of mind when writing this. But don't forget to add a call to action at the end to prompt a specific action. So for me, I have added here a prompt to send me a personalized connection request, but also you could add a link to visit your website, follow on Instagram, or perhaps maybe your SafetyWing link as an affiliate. And then as a pro tip here at the end, you can add a specialty section right here with relevant keywords to increase your chances to be found on LinkedIn search. So relevant keywords for you might be remote work advocate, digital nomad ambassador, SafetyWing ambassador, or nomad insurance. And having these keywords on your profile will help you increase your chances to be found on LinkedIn search when people are already actively looking for these topics on LinkedIn. All right, then number 5 is work experience. So we basically covered everything that makes your LinkedIn profile really stand out from the crowd and really showcases your unique personal brand. Then this is really the kind of resume part. So you probably know LinkedIn as the online resume. However, this is basically the only part where you showcase your past experience. So of course, make sure this is all up to date and complete, as this will really help you to add more credibility to your profile. So make sure that the logo is visible, as you can see right here. So simply select the correct company page in case you don't see a logo there. Update your start and end date if you haven't yet, and add a short description if relevant. So here I get many questions. Should I add a description here or not? And my recommendation is that you only want to be found for skills and keywords that are relevant to you today. So for me, I have excluded the descriptions for all of my jobs that I did when I was a teenager, for example, working at a supermarket. And only I've added the descriptions for jobs that are relevant with keywords as well that I want to be found for in today's role. And here again, a tip for SafetyWing ambassadors, current and future ambassadors. You could even add SafetyWing ambassador to your experience section to let people know that you're a SafetyWing ambassador, again, to increase that credibility on your profile and drive brand awareness for SafetyWing. Again, here you can add your special link, which you will learn more about at the end. Then number 6 is skills and endorsements. So you can add a few skills to your LinkedIn profile, and I highly recommend you to do so because this also helps you to increase your chances to be found on LinkedIn search. So this is also a great way to add social proof to your profile, as other people can endorse you. This basically means me saying, for example, if I endorse Sam for working at SafetyWing and hosting the session with me today, then I can endorse Sam for this, and that will add credibility to her profile. So make sure first and foremost to add up to 50 relevant skills, and I recommend you to add all of them if you can, and think about what skills you may be found for on LinkedIn. Add those skills, and then you can even pin the top 3 to the top simply by clicking the pin post at your skills and endorsement section. And then this LinkedIn data shows that you will be found 27 times more on LinkedIn if you have 5 or more skills. So I highly encourage you to have at least 5, but if you can have 50, then I recommend you to use them all. And a pro tip here is to give and you shall receive. So after today's session, I highly recommend you to, first of all, update your skills and then endorse other people as giving, and you shall most probably receive as well. All right. Then the next feature, which is also a great way to add even more social proof and even better than with the skills and endorsements, is with recommendations. So these are basically testimonials from happy clients, colleagues, past colleagues and current, or any industry peers, etc. And the best part of LinkedIn is that you can ask for a recommendation. Because let's be honest, most probably you will not go ahead and provide a recommendation for someone else that you worked with out of the blue. And same is the other way around. So you actively and proactively need to ask someone for a recommendation if you want to have this highlighted on your profile. So you can simply click the plus icon and then click ask for a recommendation on your profile. And anyone that you're connected to, you can ask for a recommendation. And I would highly recommend to always add a personalized note, or maybe even add a pre-written template to make it as easy as possible. So I highly encourage you and maybe challenge you to ask at least 3 people within your network for a recommendation. And I'm sure you will have more recommendations after doing this on LinkedIn. All right, that's it for recommendations. Then the featured section, which is one of my favorite kind of new sections on LinkedIn. It's already a couple of years old, but still I can't imagine now that having a LinkedIn profile without featured, because this is a great way for you to highlight your top resources on top of your profile. So this is a great way to add a recent post that you did on LinkedIn, or an article, or an external URL, such as your website or a blog post. But you can also add any rich media, such as video, photo, or PDF. And here, of course, it's interesting if you have an opt-in form, or if you are a business owner, freelancer, etc., and you have a way to collect leads through a free call that you offer or a free template, etc., then I highly encourage you to add that in your featured section as well. And again, a pro tip for SafetyWing ambassadors is that you can add your SafetyWing affiliate link here to increase your chances to drive passive income online. All right, almost there. We have 2 more left. So number 9 is your creator mode, LinkedIn creator mode. Now, you're here with me today, I assume, because you want to really build your personal brand on LinkedIn and create more content and position yourself as an industry expert. So if you haven't yet, I highly encourage you to enable creator mode on your LinkedIn profile. So you can simply enable this by visiting your profile, then find resources, and then enable creator mode. And then you'll basically get access to a few cool features, such as the 30-second cover video, which you can see on my profile, to really bring your profile to life. This is basically your 30-second elevator pitch. And this is on mobile only, so make sure to add your cover video via mobile. And also you can add up to 5 hashtags to showcase what type of content you write about. So as you can see here for me on the right, it mentions just below my profile headline that I talk about LinkedIn, remote work, digital nomad, future of work, and entrepreneurship. So again, this is a great way to showcase your personal brand and really build your area of expertise and thought leadership around these topics. Now also you get access to a few exclusive tools, including LinkedIn newsletters, which is a great way to add subscribers or gain subscribers on LinkedIn. Audio rooms, which is kind of the new version of LinkedIn of Clubhouse, I think it was called. That was very short, very popular, and now they disappeared. But LinkedIn has a new feature that is quite similar. And then LinkedIn Live and more in the future. And then as a pro tip here, is that you can also edit the website URL at the top of your profile. So as you can see here, I have below my location, work with me, let's chat. So you can, as a creator, you can only edit your text here simply by clicking the pencil here at the right. And then when you scroll all the way down, you can find edit text link text. So that is something I would highly recommend you as a content creator on LinkedIn. All right, that's it. I know we covered a lot for the LinkedIn profile. So a few other things that I didn't mention yet. I know we can cover a lot more, but a few other things. And if you miss anything on your profile or anything that we talked about that you currently don't see on your LinkedIn profile, you can simply click the Add Profile section here at the top of your profile to add any missing elements. So if you're missing the featured section or anything like that about, simply click Add Profile section here. Now, also a couple of things we didn't mention yet are accomplishments, backgrounds, and interests that you can also add here by going to Add Profile section at the top. All right. I know I provided a lot of information on you, so I actually wanted to do a quick quiz with you to see if you paid attention throughout this webinar and to test your LinkedIn knowledge. So please visit menti.com or www.menti.com and then use the code 89989232. And then we'll do a very quick but fun quiz. And then I'll just go ahead here. There's the chat. Good news, I found the chat. But first, and foremost, let's have a look here. All right, so you can simply visit menti.com and then use the code there at the top. And then we're going to do a fun quiz. And the prize here is to earn a spot at the Wall of Fame. So I see a couple of you joining in here already. I see lots of fun icons. All right, I'll give you a couple more seconds. I see a few joining more. Lots of fun icons here. All right, let's get started, shall we? All right, answer fast to get more points. What are the total number of members on LinkedIn? And then simply click one of the answers, either on desktop or on mobile. All right, well listened, 875 million, that's correct. All right, next question. And here's the leaderboard. I see we have quite a few first place, that's great. But it's also about the fastest person, right? So Joanne here is here at the top, ranking highest with 972 points. Question number 2 out of 5. And again, answer fast to get more points. What's the maximum number of characters that you can use for your LinkedIn headline? All right, there's 3 options to choose. I see we have many votes for the middle one, which is correct. 220 characters for your LinkedIn headline. I see we have a well paid attention audience today, so that's great. Let's see who ranks the highest now with the fastest answer. And I see Joanne still ranks on top, so congrats, Joanne. Let's see if you can keep it up with the next question, which is 3 out of 5. Again, be fast to earn more points. Which one does not belong to the 4 C's that you should keep in mind for the About section? Is it connect, credibility, conversational, or call to action? So which one does not belong in the 4 C's? Conversational, great. Yes, I see that most people voted again for the right answer, conversational. So the correct answers were connect, credibility, current role, and call to action. All right, then let's continue with the leaderboards again here. And let's see if Joanna has now been passed and Tom is ranking at the top. So congrats, Tom. Let's see with the almost final question if someone else will keep you in. So answer fast to get the most points. How many skills can you add to your LinkedIn profile? Is it 25, 50, or 100? And it's 50. I see a few were wrong, but most of you were right. So correct, you can add 50 skills, and I highly recommend you to add all of them. So well done. And we're now on to the very last question. I see Joanna had this one wrong. So unfortunately, you're a bit lower. So now it's Tom ranking at the top. So let's see if someone can still pass Tom with the final question, which is bonus question. And let's see if you heard correctly, because this is something that's not mentioned on the slides. What year did I quit my 9-to-5 office job at LinkedIn to work remotely? Was this in 2016, 2017, or 2018? So this is a tricky question, I think. I mentioned it at the very beginning. So let's see who paid attention up from the start. Again, many correct answers, so super well done. I'm proud of all of you, but there can be only one winner. And in this case, that is, let's see, Tom. Well done, Tom. You're the winner of the challenge of today. So congratulations, and you earn a well-deserved spot on the wall of fame. So thanks so much for participating. And I'm just going to switch back to the final slides. As we still have quite a few contents to cover. I know we have 7 minutes left, but I really want to take you through some of my content best practices as well on LinkedIn, because this is super powerful. So let's dive into it. So LinkedIn has, I think, one of the best algorithms mainly because of its ripple effect. So you probably know that when you throw a stone in the water and from something small, you create this giant, this can create a giant impact and a massive ripple effect, which is basically how I see the LinkedIn algorithm, that whenever you post content on LinkedIn, this will be shown to your network only. However, when they engage with your content, it will be shown in their networks as well, which can cause a massive ripple effect and causes that LinkedIn has a great organic reach. As you can see here, a couple of examples where my post went viral. The one on the left, for example, hit more than 12,000 likes and even helped me to rank number 3 worldwide, most viewed person on LinkedIn, just below Jeff Weiner, the previous CEO, and above the founder of LinkedIn, Reid Hoffman. And again, here a post on the right with more than 500,000 views. So LinkedIn has a massive organic reach, but I want to emphasize that going viral is not the goal. So the rule of thumb is really what I hope for you to remember, is to emphasize or to focus on quality over quantity. So to create content on LinkedIn, simply visit your LinkedIn newsfeed by clicking the in icon here at the top. And here's where you can start a post yourself or also engage with posts in the newsfeed. So I highly recommend you to block some time every day to engage with other people's posts as well, to again, build those relationships in your network. And here is an example of a post of mine, and a framework that I always love to use on LinkedIn whenever publishing content is the hook, value, and call to action framework. So when you start a post, always think about the first 2 sentences to write a catchy hook to really grab people's attention. People have a short attention span, so really grab the attention right away. Then value, so the middle part is the value, where you provide value in the form of an inspiring story, top tips or lessons learned. And at the end, you can finish with a strong call to action to drive a desired action. So here you can see an example, and I wanted to share with you also my 8 content golden rules that you should keep in mind when posting your next content piece on LinkedIn. Number 1 is to use storytelling. So again, storytelling works really well for engagement and to build up connections. So use storytelling in your post, and bonus points if you add a personal photo or video as well, as personal content works a lot better than marketing content. Aim to spark a conversation. So always ask a question or start a discussion, and don't post and ghost. So the first hour matters most on LinkedIn. So whenever you publish a content piece on LinkedIn, make sure to reply to any comments in the comment section below. Then avoid adding external URLs. So avoid adding any URLs to your blog or your website, etc. In the post, as this will really decrease your reach. However, what I would recommend is really have this on your profile, and that is why we really focus on optimizing your profile, because that's where you can really add any relevant links, or you can also reach out to people directly, which is something that we haven't covered in this workshop, but that's something that I'll cover also inside my signature course, the LinkedIn Business Bootcamp. For now, having your profile optimized and posting content, driving them to your profile is a key golden rule to remember. For videos, post them natively, so on LinkedIn directly instead of sharing a link to, for example, YouTube. Then add 3 relevant hashtags to increase your reach, and tag up to 5 relevant people in the comments below to drive a discussion. Now, keep in mind the best days and times to post, which are Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday right now, between 12 and 3 p.m., 3 and 6 p.m., or 6 and 9 p.m., according to a HubSpot 2022 research. And here is also a tip to be consistent. I know some gurus tell you to post 4 times per day. However, I always say post as often you can consistently keep up with, even if that is once per week. And last but not least is to test. So always test to see how well your content is performing. Maybe track what you posted in the past, and then what content is performing good and better. And of course, have a look at your LinkedIn dashboard analytics as well, and keep an eye on the statistics there. All right. So that's it for the content best practices. I know we have 2 minutes left. Sam, if there's if maybe you could collect maybe the top 2 questions that we could discuss at the end, then I would like to wrap up with a fun challenge to help you get started. Is that okay, Sam?
Yep, I got the questions ready when you are.
Perfect. All right, so I know we covered a lot in the session today, so we don't want you to feel overwhelmed, and that is why we have created together in collaboration with SafetyWing, created this fun challenge for you to help you get started today. And the best part is that you can even earn $100 plus win a surprise bonus while doing it. So before talking about or sharing more about the challenge, I just quickly wanted to share a bit more about the SafetyWing Ambassador Program. I know Sam already told you a bit about SafetyWing as a company, but I just wanted to let you know that they have this amazing ambassador program as well that I'm a part of. So you can become a partner, and by becoming a SafetyWing ambassador, you'll get access to exclusive webinars like this one, courses and content, etc. But most of all, you can earn money while you sleep by generating passive income by sharing your affiliate link of SafetyWing, as we discussed today, in your LinkedIn profile, in your content, etc. Especially if you are a content creator, a blogger, a freelancer, a physical business, anything that you can see right here, co-working spaces, etc. If you feel that this is something that might be relevant for your audience, then I highly recommend you to become a partner of SafetyWing by joining the ambassador program. I think, yeah, so the challenge is as an ambassador, so for both current ambassadors and future ambassadors, and you can simply sign up. It's a very easy process. I've gone through it myself. And you can simply sign up by a link that I think also will be posted inside this chat, and we'll also share via email after this session. So you can simply sign up as an ambassador for free. You don't have to have a large audience or millions of followers. You can get started today with a small following if you believe that insurances and nomad insurance in specific is relevant for your audience. So highly recommend you to sign up, and then you can post about SafetyWing using your unique affiliate link. And then keep in mind, of course, the 8 content rules as discussed previously. Now, submit your piece of content via Airtable that we'll share with you as well inside the email before December 6th. So put a pin in your calendar with a placeholder to post a LinkedIn update on LinkedIn with SafetyWing. Maybe use the hashtag SafetyWing Ambassador. Use your affiliate link both on your profile, in your content piece, maybe in the comments. This is how you can claim your $100. So everyone will earn $100 who have submitted their piece of content before December 6th, plus, of course, your affiliate fee. And a fun surprise bonus is that we'll be giving away 1 free LinkedIn personal brand audit by me to one lucky winner who has created the most creative post on LinkedIn. So I look forward to help at least one of you with your LinkedIn personal brand. All right. A couple of key takeaways here. So by now you've learned the how to create a well-optimized LinkedIn profile so you can position yourself as a thought leader and stand out from the crowd. You've learned my top tips to create engaging content so you can skyrocket your visibility and stay on top of mind within your network. And last but not least, I shared my number one secret to landing dream clients and making passive income in a fun, data-driven, and measurable way. All right, that's it for today. I'm not sure how we are in time. We're 3 minutes left. I'm so sorry for being a bit off time. I tried to package everything together.
It was a lot of great info. Thank you so much, Mandy. So many amazing tips and very practical. I think people throughout the conversation really enjoyed it, especially the game. Some people did not like losing, which is pretty funny. So I love that you quizzed us halfway through. We have time for a couple questions. One question that someone asked that I was really intrigued by as well is, what if you have an SSI score on LinkedIn, but you're not necessarily getting the business opportunities that you're interested in? Is there anything that they can do to complement that high SSI score to attract the right opportunities?
So to make sure I understood correctly, so somebody has a high SSI score, but doesn't receive the right opportunities on LinkedIn. Is that correct?
Yes, their number specifically was 71. This is Joanne. All
right. Hi, Joanne. Thanks so much for that question, and great to hear that you have a pretty high score. And I think that is where really that personal branding, so many of the topics that we discussed today as well, come in handy. That's really important for you to really position yourself as that industry expert or thought leader that you want to be known for. So maybe you should have a look at your LinkedIn profile to see if it's well optimized and in alignment with that personal brand, with the right keywords, for example, but also your headshot, your brand image, etc. and also in your content, of course. So make sure that your content is always on brand and relates to the topics that you want to be reached out for. And I think that will already help you to attract the right people on LinkedIn.
Awesome. Great advice. And then another question coming in from Ariel, and this is something I've noticed as well, is one of the new features on LinkedIn has been whenever I engage with a piece of content, let's say I like something or I comment on a piece of content, it then kind of gets added to the homepage. And so Ariel is worried about, if I just start engaging more and liking and commenting, is that going to annoy my followers? Are they just going to unfollow me? And, Ariel's been hesitant for doubling down on LinkedIn because of this.
Yes, and great question. And this is also something that I discuss inside my LinkedIn course, LinkedIn Business Bootcamp, is the mindset, how to have a LinkedIn success mindset, because that's what most people kind of hold back on LinkedIn but nobody's looking or is waiting for what I have to say, or maybe people won't follow me. I mean, maybe people will, but that's not your ideal target audience, right? And in the end, LinkedIn it's kind of like an online conference. It's the world's largest online conference. So just like you would in a real life conference, you would also go ahead and talk to people and not stand in the back with your business cards in your pockets and say nothing. So I guess for you to get the most out of LinkedIn, you'll need to engage, and maybe some people won't like it, but they won't be your ideal target audience, and some will. And that's where you need to build relationships with, I would say.
Awesome. And one more bonus question, anonymous. I don't know the name of this person, but they asked any recommendations on keyword searches, any tools, sites that you use to actually figure out what the exact keywords should be for our particular industries, our niches, the focus of our personal brands.
Yeah, great question. I don't have a tool specifically that I use, but so one thing that I always keep in mind is the statistic with your search appearances. So you can test and see, maybe you want to have 20 keywords that you want to test this month, and then you can see next month if the score has increased or the search appearances has increased. So that's one way. Another thing that I always like to do as well is thesaurus. I'm not sure if I said it correctly, and if you know this, I can type it maybe in the chat. Thesaurus. It's I can type it for some reason. Maybe Sam, if you know this website, then they can type it there.
Weston has mentioned Uber Suggest and
SEO tools.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Weston. Ahrefs, yeah, I think those are definitely also tools you could use. And what I wanted to mention with Thesaurus is think about synonyms as well. So one person could search for remote work advocate, another could search for remote work expert or remote work leader, whatever it is, influencer. So think about what are the different keywords that people might search for on LinkedIn.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Mandy. I know we're 8 minutes or so over time, so we'll wrap it up, but this whole thing has been recorded and will be on our YouTube channel with all of the other amazing webinars that we've been hosting over the last few months, with more to come. And these are really for our ambassadors to help you be successful in monetizing your content, growing your passive income channels, and ultimately, living the lifestyle that you want to be living with the business that complements it. And so definitely check those out. Thank you so much, Mandy. I believe Carlotta, a few messages up, gave the link to the ambassador program as well as your challenge. So we'll put those on again, and then an email will go out with a recap of all of this as well. So thank you so much, Mandy.
Yes, thank you as well. Thank you all for being interactive and participating in the fun challenge. It was fun to do. Congratulations to Tom, I think, who won the challenge. So, and thank you for having me to SafetyWing. So thanks so much.
Yes, of course.
Right.